podcast, I speak with Neeharika Anumala. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You?
I'm good too. You're a girl of many talents, right? You're a swimmer, you're a dancer, and a singer. So we can talk about each one of them one at a time, all today. Let's start with swimming. You started swimming when you were 2 years old, right?
Yes.
So what inspired you to pursue swimming? Whether it was then, because when you were 2, you might not remember much, but like what inspired you to continue?
No, I always liked swimming. Even when I was little, I was afraid at the first, but then I started to learn all the strokes, and I was quite at ease with it afterwards. And it's just a completely new world, the water.
Mm-hmm. So is there anything in particular about the water that you really like, or about swimming? Is there anything in that whole section that you like a lot?
Yeah. Well, uh, well, swimming. It's just some. I like just swimming because it's like it clears my mind and I can concentrate better. And I used to have some breathing problems before, but after swimming, it's like an exercise of breathing, right? So controlling your breath. So after that, I've quite improved.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So you used to have breathing problems, and then swimming, you have to go up, and then you have to breathe, and then you go back into the water, so it fixed your breathing problems.
Yes. So it was an intense exercise which helped me.
So, did you have any teachers who helped you a lot at the beginning?
Yeah, I had many coaches over the years. But Muti sir, he was my first coach who started to prepare me to swim competitively.
So, how did each one help you? You don't have to explain every single, because it seems like you have a lot. In general, how did they help you?
Well, my first ever coach was Sinthum sir, and he actually removed my fear for water. And then I had many other coaches over the years, but then Muti sir, he helped me perfect my strokes, and he taught me all sorts of tips and tricks.
So, are there any other people, like your parents, or is there anybody else who helped you learn swimming?
Yeah, my mom herself is a national swimmer, so she also helped me.
Nice. How did she help you?
Well, she also taught me how to perfect my strokes, and yeah.
So, at such a young age, you probably didn't want to learn, right? You probably felt like, I don't want to practice.
I was very scared at first. I did not want to go into the water.
So, how did you overcome that fear?
Well, that's an interesting story. So my first ever coach, Madhum sir. So I was very little when I started it. So I quit in the middle because I was very afraid. But then I went back and my coach asked me why I did not come for so many days. So I told him that I was fearful of water. So he just lifted me up, swung me and threw into the pool. Like in the middle of the pool, and I was very, very scared at first, but then I got used to it.
So he threw you into the pool just so that you could get used to it and you
Yes.
wouldn't be scared.
Yes, yes.
So what made you is that what made you want to swim? Is that like the point where where you felt like swimming was for you?
Yeah, yeah. That was not exactly the point, but when I started swimming again, this time I was still afraid of water because of that incident. But then this time I started, like just swimming casually just to get rid of my fear. And slowly it was very nice. Slowly I started getting in ease with the water. It was just like gliding smoothly like a fish.
So a little bit after that incident, you started to slowly feel like it felt a little better and you liked it more. And then
Yeah.
eventually
Yes.
now you're going to competitions for swimming and everything.
Yes.
Um so are there any specific swimming stories that you want to share?
Yeah. So one was that story about me just falling into the pool.
Mhm.
And when I used to live in Kurnool, we had these Sunday sessions where in the mornings it used to be 2 hour sessions, like at least 2 hours. So for the first hour, we used to swim we used to practice very hard. And then for the next hour and so, we used to play all sorts of water games. And it was quite fun.
So you used to play water games in the pool and stuff like that?
Yeah, these Sunday sessions were quite fun.
So Sunday sessions. So these were Sunday sessions apart from your classes, right?
Yes, apart from.
So how often did you take classes?
Every day.
Oh wow, how long every day?
For 2 years, every day. And then, like, after that, like, sort of twice or once a week.
So how many hours every day? Like
Every day it used to be at least 1 hour.
at least 1 hour of swimming every day. So
Yes.
that much practice probably helped you learn how to swim and perfect
Yeah,
swimming.
It did help. It did help a lot.
So as you progressed, there must have been like a moment of realization, right? I'm assuming that this was when you were a little older.
Yes.
So there's a point where you start to like swimming, and then there's another point where you start to feel like it was a passion. So when did that start happening?
When I started swimming again, this time I was going with my brother, and then my coach called me one day and asked me to get into the deep end of the water. And I was very scared, but then he asked me to just swim to the other end. And all I was thinking about was reaching the other end, just standing up. Okay, and then I swam it, and it made me very happy when I completed it. So from then onwards, the passion started building up.
So just by swimming, it just gradually built it up and.
Yeah, it just gradually happened.
So why do you feel swimming makes you happy? I know earlier it was about water, but is there any other way that swimming makes you
Yes.
happy?
It's just a completely different world. It's not like walking or anything. It's in water.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it'll be like
it just
it's kind of like flying because you're like in the air or
yeah.
you're in the water.
It's like swimming. It's like a fish. You just glide through it.
Mm-hmm. So what is the journey that brought you to the championships? Beside what we covered, I'm sure there were some other part that brought you into the championships, right?
Yeah. So I started swimming when I was 3, and I was at that time in Mumbai. And at the age of 13, my coach encouraged me to participate in the state level championships. So that started my journey of championships competitions. So last year, my team won 4th place in South Zone National for water polo. So I went to many competitions over the year.
So after 10 years of learning how to swim and practicing, then only you started going to competitions when you were 13?
Yes. I mean, I used to do like major, like not me. That was my first major competition.
All right. So there's probably like local competitions or stuff like that you attend.
Yeah.
So what drives you to continue swimming to this day? What makes you want to keep swimming now?
It's something that I just enjoy.
Mm-hmm. So just the feelings that it brings just makes you want to keep
Yeah.
doing it, keep swimming.
Yeah.
So do you have any other hobbies or pastimes other than swimming, dancing, and singing?
I'm a voracious reader. I like fiction mostly, and that too crime thrillers. And so for the past 1 year, I've been very much into K-pop music, and occasionally I paint.
You paint. Um,
Yes.
okay. So another physical activity that you like to do is dancing, right?
Yes.
So this also you started at a young age, maybe 2 or 3, or when did you start?
Yeah. When I was 3.
Okay. So how did you learn how to dance? Did you have one teacher or multiple teachers? Probably through classes and.
I had multiple teachers throughout the years.
Okay. So how did they teach you? How did you learn?
learned Bharatanatyam for 6 years and then switched to Kuchipudi. My teachers taught me very patiently. I was not a fast learner. And yeah, they are wonderful teachers. They taught me very well.
So, this had to be something else that you do on top of swimming, right? So, back then, was it ever hard for you to dance and sing and balance the two and not get one over the other, try not to stress out, anything like that?
No, it was never like that. At that time, I was not quite aware of, I don't know, like, there was no stress back then.
It was just casual for you. You were just learning. You were just taking the classes.
Yeah, I was just learning. And when I was small, it was not every week, so it was like once a week, every class.
So it just felt like another thing, just another simple thing to go along with.
Yeah, and I enjoyed dancing, so it didn't feel like stress.
So why do you think you enjoyed dancing? What did you like about dancing?
Everything, the movements and the elegant mudras and the rhythm matching with the steps and the sound of the gungroos is very pleasant. Yeah, it brings me joy. Just dancing.
So what is the reason that you still dance to this day? Is it because of that joy and all of that?
Yeah, it's because of all of that. I grew up dancing, so it's undetachable from my life.
And why do you like music in general? What do you like about music?
Well, music in general, like, just expresses emotions that words cannot describe.
Right. It's a
And
whole other language. It's a whole other
yeah,
feeling.
it's a whole other language, and listening and singing is just pleasant and brings harmony.
Just like dancing is a whole other world. This is like also a whole other section.
It's a whole other world. It's very pleasant. It's melodious.
And then swimming is also a whole other world, and everything. It's just its
Yeah,
own thing.
everything itself. Yeah, its own thing.
So when did you start singing? Around when did you start singing?
Singing, like, I guess in first grade or something.
So did you ever take any formal classes, or was it just you?
No, yeah, formal classes. I took Rabindra Sangeet for 2 or 3 years, and then I started classical.
Classical. So you learned Carnatic music.
Yes, Carnatic music.
So would you like to sing a few lines of a song right now?
Yes. So this song is called Pillar Geeta, and its ragam is Malhari and talam is Rupak talam. Shri Gananana Sindhuravana Karuna Sagara Karivadana Lambodara Kumikara Ambasuta Maravinuta Lambodara Kumikara Ambasuta Maravinuta Siddhacharana Gadasevita Siddhi Vinayaka Te Namo Nama Lambodara Lakumikara Ambasuta Maravinuta Sakala Vidyadi Pujita Lambodara Lakumikara Ambasuta Maravinuta.
So is there anybody you want to thank for all 3 activities? Are there any people you want to thank?
Yes, all my coaches and my dance teams and my music teachers over the years and my parents who supported me.